We'll figure it out.
Yeah, you are the IT guru here.
Yeah, she is. She's
Don't like that for
definitely.
me. I don't like that.
Too
Sorry,
bad. Too late.
I have a husband who he feels that pain. I get it. So here we are. Welcome to Team Inspire. To our night. We're starting a little later than normal, but that's okay. So Christina, why don't you take us away? And I've got pictures
Yes.
to share as you go.
Okay. Okay. I have to say, just the recognition to me is very challenging because you all do it so well and so, inspiring that I always like to think of different ideas to bring something different for everybody. So, we want to first of all talk about our vision. So, this new year that just started for Mary Kay, we have a vision of going out there to see who will be the next woman to join us. But I want to take a step back. And I love to see these pictures here because, first of all, when I think of who I want to bring to our team, I think of who we are, right? I mean, who are we and what have we learned and who have we become throughout this beautiful journey. And for myself, I can say that I'm so relieved that I'm here. There's no other place I would rather be but here, because I have been able to see how all the challenges that I've been through have made me a different person, a better person, a wiser person, a joyful person. And I just want this for every woman. And so there's my who, like I try to think of who I have become and to really transmit that to the people I talk to, because I want this opportunity for everybody, really. I mean, this is a beautiful journey alongside beautiful women that have an amazing heart. And I had never felt alone. I had never felt isolated. I mean, every time I'm feeling down, I have someone cheering me on. Every time somebody else is feeling down, and I notice, we cheer each other on and we all share our struggles and victories. And I just think it's beautiful. So every woman needs this. So that's our vision. We really want to share this with other people. We want to share this with women that are looking for bettering, is that a word? Themselves. Um, so I just think it's a beautiful thing to be part of. So our mission for this year is to grow to 150 women. I can't remember exactly how many more we need, Jess. I know it's close to 48. You're muted, but I read your lips. Okay, so we just need 48 more. So when you think of who can I share the opportunity with, I mean, I used to think, oh no, I'm not going to share it with this person because they might just not like this. I was that person. I was the one who said no 3 times or 4 times, just can tell you. And I'm here. And I'm so glad I'm here. I'm so glad she insisted. So there you go. I mean, who are you to, put a block on somebody's path, right? I mean, who are we to not share this? I mean, just share it for what it means to you, not what it could, or not for what you think somebody else could, get from this, but from what it is for you. So, um, what else do I have here? So 150 is so doable if all of us go out there and just share it at least with one person a week. I'm pretty sure we can get this number pretty soon. So how are we going to do this? I don't know if we want to share the screen. Um, but we have strategies. We are not here just to, throwing out ideas, and no. I mean, we also do that, but we have a structure, and that's what helps us reach our goals. And one of the things that we do is the daily wins, and it's a sheet that we have been talking about throughout these meetings. So with the daily wins, what we do is just we track different tasks, and we have goals. We have goals for these tasks. And last meeting, if you missed it, you can go back and watch it. We talked about the winners, the daily wins, and the first meeting. Jess broke it down pretty well, pretty great. I mean, any details that you want to know, you can go ahead and watch that. So what happens to the ladies that fill out their forms every week so they are part of this winners circle? And I can assure you that you will be seeing results if you start doing this day by day. You don't need to stress out. You have your tasks listed, and you just go and do one thing at a time. The important thing is just to think ahead, right? So I like to, on Sundays, I like to think, okay, I need to get all these things done throughout the week. And all I do throughout the week is just check, 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 and see if I need to, reschedule something or reorganize my goals for the week. So I think this just takes so much anxiety off of me, because I only have a list that I have to check. So come and be part of this with us, be part of this beautiful list, and you will for sure start being part of the power partners, the old soaring sisters, if you were used to that term. So what that means is that by following this sheet, by tracking what you're doing every single day, every single week, you will start seeing numbers. You will start seeing that you're selling product, and this is going to make you come to this, be part of this other list that's the power partners with 700 wholesale. This month we get this beautiful bag that I cannot keep my eyes off. Oh, I want it, and I just picture myself doing my Pilates, going to my studio, and just using it. So that's I want it. So we have a long list. I mean, it's been great. It's been, I don't know how maybe 2 or 3 months, and this list has just grown and grown and grown, and this is great. Jen, you already have the bag. I want to see it.
I think it
So
got here today and I haven't gotten it.
oh, I really want it. Like, yeah. So Jen,
Open
way to
that bag,
go.
Jen.
Carice, I don't know. Please forgive me if I'm not pronouncing the names properly. Emily, Jess, Nicole, myself, Amanda, Taylor, Dee, Janetta, Elizabeth, Jamie, Jennifer, Laura, Evelyn, and Rebecca. We are all there. I mean, we have ordered and we can't make it. So just go ahead and get on your daily wins so you can get that number for sure. And by doing this, you will for sure be part of the stars consultants. So I am just so excited about this New Year's Stars Consultant prize, because I want to go to Mexico. So if you are part of the On Target Stars, you'll see your name on this list. And for this year, I don't know if you have the picture there, Jess, or I don't know if you've been in the previous meetings, but go ahead and check this out, please. So if you average 1,800 per quarter, you will have 50% of the hotel paid for. So, oh my goodness, I'm going for the 3,000 per quarter, and I will have my hotel paid for. And oh my goodness, I just can't wait. I mean, I already see myself with these ladies having fun at the beach, drinking piña coladas. This is gonna be so much fun. So, I mean, every time we meet our goals, we all celebrate each other, and this is so much fun. So I'm sure that if we do it together, if we hold each other accountable, it's way more fun, and we can all be part of this for sure. So we would like to see, I don't know how many, 5 or 6 of us at least going to this amazing trip. So on target, well, Jess is already a star. Jen is right there. Sarah Kate, Shiloh, Lisa, Carol, Rebecca, Lisa, myself, Olivia, Amy, Evelyn, Kristen, Judith, and Carice. Uh, Kudos to all of you. I mean, we can make it, we can do it. So come on, let's just go ahead and let's go to Mexico.
Well, I'm
And
excited if I wasn't already excited. Oh, you have another one?
yes, I missed one thing is the coupon club, right? The
Yeah,
shares.
you're right.
Yes. So, well, I was talking about this earlier. We don't think about, no, this woman doesn't want to, just share it, share the opportunity. We have so many ways of doing this. We have a very cool form. I don't know if you've seen it, but we have it on Facebook and it's on boards too, that you can share with customers or even potential customers. They watch a video and then they just answer a few questions, and that way you will be sharing the opportunity, and they will get to be part of the coupon club that has, if we're doing the same number, I think it's like 300 over $250 a year. So it's just 3 minutes of watching a video. I mean, just the way I'm saying it to you, you can say it to them. Can you just watch a video, 3 minutes, just answer some questions, and you'll get $250 in coupons that you can use the whole year. So this is pretty cool. And if you have people that don't speak English, maybe we have it in Spanish too, so I can share that with you. So take advantage of this, and the shares is not only the coupon club. Even if you're talking to somebody, whenever you are sharing the opportunity, whenever you are inviting people to the it just fit our session that we have once a month with Jess. You are the only one doing that, right? April is not.
We are going to take turns. She couldn't do
Okay.
it this month, so I am on 3 months in a row.
Okay. So that's a pretty cool opportunity. You don't even have to talk to people. You have to just invite them, and they will be exposed, and that counts for the shares. So, and whenever you get teams, you start earning commission for your team whenever they order as well. So many good things.
Yes, Christina, thank you so much. That's amazing. We've got a clear vision, a clear mission, and then how we're going to move that direction. And everybody wins in that process. So thank you for making that so simple. And yes, when it comes to sharing, there are many ways to do it. The coupon club is such a wonderful way to give. It's so easy. It just fits. We do have our date for August. So August 15th will be the next one. I am speaking for that one again. And y'all can go back and watch the prior Thursdays that we did last Thursday and then also in June. And I've really enjoyed just taking different angles and approaches to talking about our company. This past week, I really just broke down a lot of nuts and bolts. How does it work? And what is Mary Kay about, especially with all the company turmoil that's out there? Some people don't know anything about it, but a good number of people are aware that companies are changing things up out of the blue. We talked about that last week. Go watch it if you weren't sure how Mary Kay falls in, but it's been fun to just be bold and proud of what we have to offer to women. So you guys can be proud and hold your heads high. I do want to give a shout out before I pass it to Jen. Get ready, Jen, because you're going to go next. Rita is a beautiful woman who's been a part of our tribe. I should have looked how many years, at least 5 years. It's been a number of years. She actually is on Jen's team. from way back when. And Rita has
Oh,
been with us now year upon year upon year, and we've done a little bit here and there. Her job has ebbed and flowed with craziness, as you all understand. But just recently, she said, I really want to lean in and do more with my Mary Kay, which how cool is that, that you get to decide when it's right and what that looks like. And so y'all should be seeing more of her name hanging out with
well,
us
thank
on
you.
Tuesdays, Thursdays. Yes. Rita, we are so happy that this is a time for you to lean in. Would you like to share anything about you, where you live, family? I don't want to put you on the spot. Anything you want to
Oh,
say?
okay. No, thank you very much for the intro. I no, I'm from Ohio, just like Jen, and Jen and I actually met through work, and she invited me to come to a session, and I really enjoyed it. And I'm just excited to do more. And also, I'm the oldest of six kids. I tell everyone I meet that for some reason. So, but just really excited to help elevate women and make them more comfortable with themselves and more confident in their day-to-day lives.
Hmm. Just knowing that right there, what you just shared, Rita, if that is your driving force, you cannot fail because
Thank you.
that's an impact that all women want. And it's just who is meant to be in your space at that time. So you're previewing what I'm going to share later, but I'm
Oh,
so
okay.
glad. I love hearing
Thank
that
you.
roll from your lips. So without further ado, let's pass it over to Jen. And she's got some training tonight on customer development, how to go deeper and wider with these women. Take it away, girl.
Okay. Uh, so as I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about on this and the various things that I even have at my disposal, um, just various customer interactions happened this week. And it brought me to this realization that we talk a lot about social media. We talk a lot about, well, it's a weakness of mine. I will say that it's a weakness of mine. And I often say I'm going to get on there and I'm going to be seen and I'm going to show people on social media. And then I don't do it. Um, so if anybody out there is like me, I'm going to give you an alternate in order to, I think social media is great. I think it's important to show people, and I've been trying to do that. Some of you might have seen my moving debacles on stories this last week. Um, but something that I have done once and I will be doing again since we've moved is I sent out to like all of my PCP customers a handwritten card, which can be a lot. And it wasn't like a let me sit down and write a super thoughtful how I connect with this woman and our relationship and like let me think of affirming things. I usually do that in their orders like hey, catching up, etc. This was just y'all don't know anything that's been going on in my life because I haven't been sharing anything that's been going on. I did it the last PCP or sometime around March, I think, because I sent like little scratcher cards as well, which I will talk about later because I don't have them to show you and I need to show you. But I sent little scratcher cards and I sent a handwritten note with them. And the handwritten note was literally just like, hey, I don't open up a lot and y'all don't know what's been going on. But I want to just like love on you and appreciate you because you are a customer of mine. These are some of the things that you've gotten me through. And it wasn't let me give you all of my dirty laundry because some PCP I'm really close with. Like some of my customers I'm really close with. Others, not so much. But it was just a like, hey, this is what I've been going through. Like helping my parents with their health issues, dealing with like some really crazy work stuff, um, leaving that really crazy work situation, which I would not have had the breathing room if I didn't have my customers, right? And if I didn't have my customers and I didn't have Mary Kay, I wouldn't have the positivity to be pulling out of some of this stuff. And so I just laid it out there. I think for me, I will speak for myself, and if this connects with you, then I hope it helps and just gives you the freedom and the um relaxes you to be like, oh, I can be human. Because that's my advice is like, be human with your customers. I think for me, a lot of times the thing with like social media is it's the highlight reel, and we think about, oh, I have to like be on and look really presentable, and I'm the Mary Kay, like I'm representing Mary Kay every time I interact with my customers. And so I'm not going to show up to deliver their stuff looking like a hot mess in leggings and a workout tank top and like no makeup, because that's not Mary Kay, right? Well, I did that before I moved because all my stuff was moved, and I had a customer that held a delivery, and I showed up. I was like, girl, I've been like working around my house and this is what I look like. And I'm really sweaty and I don't know if you want to hug me. But she did. She still hugged me. And we sat and we had a lovely conversation. And it was like so real. Um, and the amount of times that she brought up other brands and was like, I really want to try this thing. Like, I really want to try mineral sunscreen. And I've been hearing about, oh, she threw some brand out there and I thought it was like something else. She threw some brand out there, and uh she said, but I don't want to give like Target or Sephora, like I want to give you my business. It's like, I'm a person. They don't want to go, like they go to Target, they go to Ulta, they go to Sephora, they go to Amazon, like wherever, because it's convenient. But when you connect with them and you deliver quality customer service, that's when they give you your business. Like, it's not a one or the other, like let's be human and then you can be late on deliveries and only give them half of their product or whatever. Jess, I'm looking at you. But we have those real moments. But when we have those real moments, our customers are like, oh girl, it's fine. Like, you give me such great customer service. I'm okay if you're a day over the day you said you were going to try and make Sunday happen. Monday's fine because you like are amazing at customer service. So it's like one interaction where you're like, life is happening. I've misplaced half of your things. I don't know what's going on. When they know you, they give you grace, right? And so I just want to give myself and anybody that needs it just that encouragement to be human. It's okay to be human. It's okay to be a little messy. But most importantly, it's okay to be seen by your customers. Like, let them in on your lives. Um, it can be Christmas time, your thank you appreciation. I've seen Amy do this with the letter of, hey, I really appreciate you guys. This is what you helped me do with my business, like for my family. And so it's like, it could be anything. It could be just a big like you ordered your Star Prize and you're like, holy cow, you guys, I don't think you realize, but I got like this sweet travel voucher because you helped me do this. Or I got this thing for my house, like whatever it is. It could be a just any win or any loss, to be honest. But just like be human with your customers. Like, we don't have to put ourselves on a pedestal because we are a business. I don't want to put that in quotes. We are a business. Like, you're a businesswoman, you're a retailer, but that doesn't mean that you have to be on a pedestal. I think because we're not, that's what sets us aside from Target, Sephora, Ulta, because who cares if, Susie doesn't get a cleanser from Sephora that week or that month or quarter? But like, we care. And we personally reach out and say, hey girl, it's been like okay reactions. But we call them up, we're like, hey girl, I haven't heard from you in like 7 months. Do you still have cleanser left? What are you washing your face with? Like, I'm concerned for your face. Like that's what we do. So I think that's all I got. Jess, it was a real succinct, just show up, be seen. That was my thing this year, was like, be seen. And I thought I was going to be on social media, but actually it was handwritten letters. And the amount of like calls that I never, like, customers that usually text me called me and had just beautiful conversations from it. They were like, I was going to text you my order, but I really just wanted to like check in, talk to you for a little bit, tell you I know what you're going through a little bit and XYZ, and just like hear how you're doing. So it helps you. Ones that I never thought would call me, they called me. And that's a deeper relationship. And now she's over here like sending me just one. She's like sending me selfies of like, hey, here's this really silly selfie, but I need help picking blush. And I'm like, okay, I got you. Never. She's been a customer for years and never asked me for help like that. So now that's all I got.
You're dead on, Jen. They don't need to know every single detail of our lives, but there's something when you trust people with things in your life, they just feel connected. I think that's what you did, was you strengthened that connection through some vulnerability and some effort. People love to be trusted with information, right? Like, that's an honor. If someone shares something in their life, I'm like, wow, you trust me. So that is such a beautiful example in a story. And that is what we do.
Yeah.
That is customer development is one of our daily wins, because it's where you plumb the roots deep and you grow the branches and the trunk of the tree. You put some circles on those rings, and Jen just beautifully explained, I think, the most important part. We get to extend that to the women we serve, and we get to offer that from ourselves as well. So they can share, we can share back and forth. And I've always said, it's amazing what a woman will share when she takes her makeup off in front of you. It's like all comes down and you never know what you're going to hear from somebody. I've had all kinds of things shared, where I'm like, wow, I don't know if I would have shared that, but okay, I am a safe place. And when women feel known, that also makes them feel trusting, because they feel like somebody knows and cares. And gosh, is that not what women need in today's day and age? It's so true. So I had just a few notes that I put together for customer development as well, kind of hoping it would be a different angle, and it's totally like different angle. For me, when it comes to customer development, we obviously don't keep every customer. We're going to serve women, and some of them are not going to like really click in. They kind of like blip and go. And I've said this to a few of our leaders when we've been coaching, and they've been like, people didn't all stay. I'm like, girl, if I took time to read through all the people that are archived, I would vomit because of the number of people I've served who it just didn't click for whatever reason, and they moved on over time or whatever. Now, I don't do that because it's just not smart. And I could also show you a list of people who came back because, at a certain time it wasn't right, but then they missed it and came back. So the point of saying this is that we can't control who stays. We can't control if the customer decides to buy such and such brand from a Facebook ad, right? Like that's not in our hands. But what I realized was I didn't want it to be my fault if they didn't come back. I didn't want it to be, well, I really haven't reached out to them since they came over 2 years ago. So no wonder, you know? I didn't want to be overbearing. I don't want to be overbearing, but I do take seriously somebody who walks into my space, whether it's from a virtual session or in person. I go, okay, how can I deepen that? Or this year we've talked about how can I bring them in a little closer into my sphere? They're way, way out there. How can I just kind of hug them, pull them close? And so just some simple things that I instilled about 7 or 8 years ago when I was like completely burned out and exhausted from having a mindset that felt like people were the means to an end for me. Like customers were a means to an end. I don't have, I always say this just because I want to make sure that it's not coming across. I never did anything wrong to anyone, but in the heart of my heart, it was like, I'm here so that I can get there. And so I do these things and I try to help you so we can get there. That was really at the very core because I didn't know. And I was scared and I was trying to just be successful. Right. But when I stopped and kind of set the business aside for a year and just sat with the Lord, the thing that he said was I just want you to honor women for who they are. Honor the women in front of you for who they are, period. And I was like, well, Lord, if you can pay my bills with that, I'll give it a try. Like it was just like, okay, that I'll give that a try. And maybe it's sad to say, maybe it's not sad to say, but it really was where I was. And so the first most important thing that I think gives you confidence to develop these customers is knowing what you want for them. So Rita, when you had said, I want to help women, and you listed just a couple of things of helping them feel confident, I'm like, yes, you know what you want for the women you're going to serve. Yes, we need to pay our bills. Yes, we want to, feel like our time is worth it, but we need to know what's in it for the people we're going to serve. That is when we can do what Jen's talking about and go deep and build that trust, and they know we care. So starting with that frame of mind gives you confidence, because when you reach out, you're not just, I want them to buy something. I need them to buy something. I haven't talked to her in 6 months, but now I have a goal and I need her to buy something. Blech, that's the worst. That's a recipe to quit. So starting with what we want for the women that we're going to serve, honoring her for who she is, and just seeking to help her move forward. What does it look like for her to move forward in her life? And so when we share samples, when we connect with them, when we're checking in on them, are you happy with your skin right now? Asking little questions, inviting them to share. What's your number one go-to product that you're loving the most? Is there anything bugging you? Just really finding out what the women we're serving are working on or wanting to fix or improve. And what Jen described is, I believe, how we build women who stay for life, being a human, loving on them as a human, sharing some of ourselves so that it's not our Facebook group or whatever we're using shouldn't just be newsreel about products. It's incorporating in the other elements of who we are and inviting them to share too. And then some of the things that I feel like help you when you're early on and you're trying to establish some of these deeper connections or new people, when you've new connections that you've worked with, what are some of the good go-to things you can do to just help put some extra layers on those relationships? One would be getting back together with clients. Don't think of it as, well, we did one thing, she'll let me know if she ever wants to do anything else. I don't pepper them like time, but especially after that first contact, I am quickly going, what else can we do together? What else would be possible for me to send her or have her try or invite her to be a part of? Do they all say yes? No, but that's my goal, is how can I have her do something else? Not because I want her to buy more, but because I want to strengthen the connection we have. I want her to feel more and more like I'm her girl and she is known by me. And one off things are harder to do that from. Now, social media, forgive me, Jen, but social media can help. Because if we're friends on Facebook and I'm posting, they do get to see me, you know, like, so there are benefits. It's certainly not the only thing that someone has to do, but that can be helpful in its own right. But just being able to do something with people, right? Seeing them again, sending them a little makeup pack, getting feedback, Fab 5 and 5, you know, I have 5 products to tell you about in 5 minutes. There's a lot of ways that you can get back together with people, but that's usually my goal. Anybody that I serve, I'm like, how can I do something else with them? If it's in my power. And part of that would also include inviting them to more sessions. So even my more seasoned people will usually hear from me after 3, 4, 5 months going, hey, do you want to come and do a session with us again? You want to come back? Just touching. Right now with the makeover contest that Mary Kay is doing, I'm saying, hey, could I borrow you to do a makeover? I would really love to help you win this. And I wouldn't be sad either. And so I'm going into some of the fringy people and just saying, hey, could I do a makeover on you just to see who does that resonate with? There will be a couple that will probably be like, yeah. And boom, our connection will be re-cemented. Sending free samples, adding free samples to orders. That's a great way to widen your customers and deepen your customers. We want them to be using as much of the product as we can, and we want to have a lot of those people. So we've got a lot doing a little, and then we get as many as we can deeper to where they become really loyal to our brand. It's hard to be loyal to Mary Kay if you just use eyeshadow. It's like, take it or leave it. If it's convenient, great. But when you start to be like, well, I buy their eyeshadow and their eyeliner and their mascara, I like their under eye corrector and their concealer, and I like their CC. Okay, now they're becoming really committed. So we're never going to be pushy or heavy-handed, but what opportunities are we giving them to try more stuff, to fall in love with more stuff, to get back together for a quick try new products type of deal? That's something that I feel like I've done a pretty good job of in my career, of just pulling people back in, like, hey, let's do something else. Let's do something else. You don't always have to be new. You don't always have to be hosting a party. I just want to connect and spend time with you. One thing that I've picked up a lot more since June is getting on the phone. And Jen, you alluded to this too. I sometimes am one where I don't like surprise phone calls because it's like I have kids around and might not be in a place where I want to talk to you, you know, like, but that's more for doctor's offices, tax people, you know, like I'm like, but if somebody calls me and they're like, I was just thinking about you and I wanted to say hi, I'm not going to be mad. I'm not going to be mad. I may say, okay, thank you so much. I've got 5 minutes because I'm running out the door, you know, but I have been surprised at how many people still answer the phone. I've committed to myself in the past month, after experiencing the beauty of it in June, going, why have I not just called people? I just said, hey, I wanted to go over your party stuff with you. Is this a good time? It felt overcomplicated trying to schedule things all the time. And I think it's a pretty powerful way to get to know customers better, even new customers. On Saturday, I just texted one and was like, hey, could I just chat sometime, like 10 minutes? I'd love to get feedback from you and just hear a little bit of your story and how I can serve you well. We talked for 10 minutes. And what I learned from her was really helpful. And I was able to convey to her again what my heart and my purpose is. And I felt like she could have ended up kind of like over here, like off to the side. But because we talked, I was like, oh, I see. Okay, so that's what you appreciate. Awesome. I'm glad to know. I would definitely I want to be that for you. And understanding like what her values were with products. It was really enlightening and helpful. And so I just want to encourage y'all, don't be afraid to call somebody up and just say, hey, I was thinking about you, wanted to check in. Or if you have a purpose, hey, I wanted to check on your products, or I wanted to go over, like, you don't want to slide it in. If you have a genuine purpose, be upfront about it. But just thinking about how could I just once a day reach out to someone on the phone? It's not as awkward as you might think. And I'm surprised how many people pick up. Certainly not everybody, but a lot of times people are answering and I'll be like, do they know it's me? And they do. Did they answer because they didn't know who it was? Nope, they knew who it was. So it is really, it's really fun with that. No problem, Christina. I see you. VBS. VBS girl. So, and then the one other thing that I do love personally is having a place where I can add value to my customers without a text coming to them. So whether that's like an email where you send a monthly newsletter type of email, you could do YouTube videos, just short ones. You can do, you know, a Facebook group, Instagram, just having a place where you can just add value that doesn't like come right here in their face, but you can consistently share and kind of expand their horizons to other products, share a little bit about your life. So I would encourage you, think about what would be a way that you could expand your touch with the clients that you have, just making sure they're kind of seeing or hearing from you here and there, not in a I need stuff way, but in a hey, I have some helpful stuff to share. I found this video, and you don't even have to create it all. You can go in and find Mary Kay resources or steal anything I ever make that you like or whatever it may be to pass on to your customers. And that just helps you become somebody that's trusted, where maybe you didn't make it all up, but they know they can come to you and ask for help, which is exactly what you said happened, Jen, that girl's never come to you for help. And now she's sending you selfies. How does this look? You know, what color should I wear? That is who we want to be for our customers. I always tell people, I don't want you to say, hey, Jess sells Mary Kay. So, you know, if you want to buy Mary Kay, go find her. Sure, that's fine. Come if you want. But I want people going, Jess helps me feel beautiful. She helped me figure out what I needed to put on my skin. She helped me figure out my makeup. I feel so much more confident. If that's who you want to be, you need to talk to Jess. That's what I want for customers to say and to be for women. And so this is all what we do in the daily win of customer development. And you don't have to do all the things. Start with that one next step. What would be the one next step for you? What maybe caught your heart the most tonight that you're like, that I can take forward to be a human, to engage with other humans in a kind and loving way. That's it. That's what we're doing. So you can reach out to those customers and have nothing Mary Kay on the agenda. You can ask them how you can pray. You can, you know, ask them what their vacation plans are, like just whatever feels right. There's a lot of ways that we can go back and invest. And I think patience is a huge key because not everybody's ready at the same time. And there's a lot of distractions out there. So we want to be the people that are still there a year later, 2 years later, 4 years later. And the women right here are living, breathing examples of that, who have been here a little while and you stay through and you stay true. That is our goal. That's what we want to be. And the results come. The results come on the other side. So as we wrap up tonight, first, any comments, questions, adding thoughts that y'all want to bring? Anything that stood out to you, or I just don't want to not give you all a chance to share if there's something you want to voice. Okay. Nobody's jumping like crazy to talk. No. Oh, there you are. Are you muted, Janetta? Thank you for waving. Bring it, girl.
Sorry, I lost my where I was. I took my husband to this doctor to have a procedure done, and he had a male nurse. And I'm sitting there going through my Tops magazine, and I had a couple of my Mary Kay books. So I was putting my name on the back and everything. And when I picked it up, he goes, "Oh, Mary Kay? I love Mary Kay." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And he said, "Yeah, but I don't have anybody to buy from." So he snapped a picture of what I was writing on my book because he didn't want to take the book. And I said, you can have it. And he said, no, but I left one out front for all the girls with some samples I had brought because we had been there the day before. And he uses the toner. He said his sister was in Mary Kay and she had passed on. And so for 3 years now, he's been out of toner. So he wants toner. I said, you can have toner, all the toner you want. I
Yes.
said, what about our men's line? Do you and do we have samples to offer on the men's line? That was going to be a question.
We
I
don't.
didn't see any.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's a bummer. We need some.
I know.
Yeah, because I was ecstatic. I didn't get that reaction out of any of the women, but he
Mhm.
was just like, Gaga, I got to have that.
I love
So
it.
yeah, I was
Awesome.
excited. Yep,
Yes. Congratulations. That's a beautiful connection.
it is. And and he's my age. He's about my age. So yeah, it was kind of funny, really.
Oh, I love
We
that.
were laughing about it. It was cool.
Yes. It's always a lifter for your spirits when you encounter the person
Mhm.
that just gets it and they're excited and you just feel like what
Uh-huh.
you're doing is valuable to them. That's like, yes,
Yeah.
love it. Love it. Well, as we wrap up tonight, which look at us, we're on time. I'm so proud. I have just a quote that I want to share with you to carry with you this week. But before that, as we are 1 week out from the end of the month, this time next week is, well, not this time next week, but its seminar starts on Sunday. So some of us will be gathering at headquarters area and Dallas, doing all of the conferencing and fun stuff. We'll still have the huddle next week. So don't worry, that will still carry forward. But as we're going there and as we're wrapping up the month, what I just want to encourage you and what I want our team to begin just building and learning is how to, I want to use the word rise up when each month ends, not grip on, not strive, but not sit back and be like, well, we'll see what happens. I've done my best and coast out of the month and go, it'll be a new month in August. It can be tempting to say, I've done my best. It's fine. And God has really been inviting me to go, what does it look like for me to just step forward, to just lean into a few more people, to try something else, to not just do, because I'm a steady, like I like to go steady marathoner. I'm not a big sprinter girl in real life. And I can carry that into my business. And we're not talking about blind speed here, but I've just really felt the Lord say, Jess, what would it look like for you to step up and lean in to finish well, to talk to just a couple more people, to reach out to just a couple more folks, to connect with a couple more customers, rather than, oh, we'll see, just following along. But how can I lean in and finish stronger the end of July? It will give you more momentum going into August, period. And you're not going to be sad that you made a couple extra customer calls, made a couple extra booking attempts. Like there's not a bad outcome from just leaning in with your heart and inviting God even to just kind of guide you. Like, Lord, am I missing somebody? Or, I could call it quits now, but I do have another hour. Is there something else you want to put in my heart? And I've just felt him inviting me to do that this year, starting this month, and to see just what he wants to do when I offer him just a little more in this last week. Again, I'm not talking about not sleeping or going crazy or never being off. Hey, I read this afternoon. It was lovely. Had a short little nap, so it's not a crazy striving, but just stepping up and bringing a little bit more of the best of myself and just being open to what or who he may want me to connect with as we end the month so I can end it upward and not downward. So just wanted to pass that along and encourage y'all to take that mindset. How can this week be great in spite of all the different things that you may have happening or going on? When you have that intention, you can get a lot done in 30 minutes. You can just boom, pop in, boom, 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 go through your daily wins and move on and get back to whatever else is going on. That is definitely end of summer for me. Like everybody has to be everywhere. So it's like, sit down, 30 minutes, go. And so let's rise up as we end July. Let's end with a lift of energy and joy and going, okay, who am I meant to connect with this month because I'm willing and because I'm here asking? And just know that we tend to overestimate how much it takes today, and we underestimate how much it will do over time. This is so true. And the enemy's the one who tries to tell us, it's too hard. You can't do all that. Like it doesn't matter. Like if you just back down, it doesn't matter. It wouldn't have worked out anyway. Or, well, it doesn't really matter. Those 3 calls, like you can skip them. But I really believe that over time, that little faithfulness does way more than we could ever have imagined. And it really isn't that hard in the moment. Most of what we do really is not that hard. Our brains do weird things. So let's rise up this week and let's give God so much that he can work with in those steady pockets and just see who comes out of it. So y'all have an amazing rest of your day.